Now, we all know that Donald Trump wants to ramp up the pace of deportations from the United States. But you got nearly 400 ICE, DEA, other agents. They fanned out and they went to Aurora, Colorado. It's a hotbed, of course, of that Venezuelan gang, Agua. And Fox's Bill Maloogian was there to cover the raid.
God bless y'all. Let's take these bad guys off the street. Send the Gitmo. Come home safe, every one of you.
Border Czar Tom Homan rallying the troops ahead of a massive federal operation in Aurora, Colorado Wednesday morning. Several hundred federal agents from ICE, HSI, DEA, FBI, ATF, and CBP.
What's the goal today?
The goal today is send a message to TDA that we're going to eradicate them from this country.
The plan was to deport more than 100 of these gang members, but a little problem. These thugs were apparently tipped off by media reports.
As the team went door to door, they found blood-stained walls, but no gang members. The entire complex was virtually empty. A stop at another apartment complex netted no arrests.
It seems like they were tipped off. They knew this was coming.
So, yeah, I do get the impression that there were some intel leaks here, and I think that probably they did know we were coming, but we're still coming. It's not going to stop us.
Well, as a result, only 30 of these illegal gang members were arrested, only one of which was confirmed, actually confirmed as a Agua gang member. And it appears that some of the Open Borders activists were actually there on the scene. They're not going to thank ICE agents for making the city safer, so they did this. But this isn't stopping, I don't think, ICE's resolve. Border Czar Tom Zoman has no problem potentially arresting people who get in the way. That's what it comes to.
If they're shouting and helping these people get away with bullhorns, how is that legal?
You're exactly right. They cross the line of impediment. They may find themselves in a pair of handcuffs very soon. We're not going to tolerate it anymore. This is not a game. When we show up these sites, this is a dangerous job for the men and women of ICE and Border Patrol and all the DOJ agencies. To have that type of interference puts our officers at great risk. Not only the officers, it puts the aliens at great risk because anything can happen when we take our eyes off the goal here.
Now, this is the only example of left-wing interference in ICE raids. The FCC is looking into a local San Francisco radio station that happens to be backed by, guess who? George Soros, for revealing live locations of undercover ICE vehicles and agents that were conducting deportation operations in the area. Now, it's disturbing to see that, of course, these radical groups make every effort possible to stop the courageous work of our immigration officers. That is actually keeping communities safe. But it's also very encouraging that this administration will not put up with it. Chicago residents are desperate for help in removing illegals from their communities, but their leaders, like J.B. Pritzker and Mayor Brandon Johnson, decided they know what's best.
When we're talking about undocumented people, we need to give them an opportunity to stay in this country legally.
We welcome all individuals and families who want to work, live, and thrive here in our beloved city. What's clear from this administration is that they do not have the full pulse or the breadth of what people in America are calling for.
Perhaps Mayor Johnson should listen to his own constituents, or at least Chicago aldermen.
If we had the ability to work with ICE, they wouldn't be here. The mayor's listening to the constituents that he cares most about, which is hyper-liberal white progressives in the city of Chicago.
He believes that he is such a strong advocate for human rights, no matter what your citizenship status is, that if you're here and you're not a citizen and you're committing heinous crimes, he wants to protect you.
Thankfully, Chicagoans have an ally in the White House. The DOJ is suing the city and the state over sanctuary laws and interference with ICE. Joining me now is a resident of Chicago, Vashon Tuncle. Vashon, it's great to see you. Now, we know that your elected officials they want to keep Chicago, above all else, apparently, a sanctuary for illegal aliens. But what are you seeing within your community about what the residents who deal with this influx are saying.
They absolutely cannot stand the illegal immigrants. I mean, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime and all sorts of heinous acts, and people are just sick of it. And they love people like Tom Homan because they're cleaning up the city. And let me just remind the people that Brandon Johnson has sworn an oath to the people of Chicago that he must protect us. J.B. Pritzker has sworn an oath to the people of Illinois that he will protect us, and they fail to do that because they're continuously telling us that they will protect the illegal immigrants here, knowing that they're bringing all of the drugs and crime here in our city, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. We know that they're doing this because Tom Homan was just here, and he just took away someone that was here since 2009. And if I'm not mistaken, that's during the Obama administration. And he basically had a rap sheet of doing horrendous acts to children. And my question is, why is this guy leaving now in 2025?
Well, Vashon, it seems to me that it's time for President Trump to make a trip to Chicago. I really want him to be seen in these blue cities and to deliver a message personally to the people there that I'm here for you. We love America's cities. We want to help rebuild them. Frankly, focusing on America first, that's what he's all about. And I think he'd be welcomed if he actually did that. I think the left would, kick up a fuss, but I think he would find so many allies in the South Side and Englewood. I think he'd find a lot of support.
Well, the people of Chicago, we love Trump. I mean, the numbers spoke for themselves during the election, and I just want to say that we actually wanted Trump to come here. We actually loved him here when he was here at the NABJ. So, I don't want these blue libs here to act like Trump isn't welcome here. Like, we love Trump here. We would love Trump to come here in Chicago, Illinois. And I just want to say that I'm also excited about Pam Bondi being, confirmed as Attorney General, because the man that had the orange jumpsuit at City Hall, it's looking like he's doing a little foreshadowing, because it's looking like Brandon Johnson is going to be behind bars pretty soon.
Well, and she ordered that pause of federal funds to sanctuary cities. And, of course, that's being challenged in court. We'll see how that all plays out. But, Vashon, thank you so much. Wonderful to see you as always.